here.
Hey, and it's Ross the Boss.
And it's what?
A different view.
You hear me?
We back with a new episode. Hey.
It's the life of a city boy.
I felt like Sean Paul.
Hey, you know this that real freaky shit. Hey, he from Nigeria?
Oh,
I don't know where he's from, but he's from Africa. But
yeah, but I'm fucking with it.
The remix is hard.
Hey, you put me onto some shit. I'm fucking with it.
I'm liking, the little.
I'm going to
the tennis jacket. Okay, let's cheers and all that,
You already know. Hey, cheers.
It's a different view.
Hey, tap in.
Yeah, hey. We gonna hold it down for DJ Desire today. You feel me? Shout out to bro.
Our DJ right there.
POP, we holding it down. You feel me? But let's go ahead and get into the song of the week.
Yeah, what we got going on? It might be my new song.
What we talking about today? You feel me? Okay.
I feel like I heard this.
You know West Coast, the best coast, baby.
Oh shit! This easy.
Oh
shit!
That easy? Okay, fuck with it.
She like, don't mess up my lashes. Got her face down on the mattress. Pretty, but she gutter and she ratchet. You know I had a magic. Caught it for the load and I taxed it. Me and you ain't in the same bracket. Pull up, get it cracking. You know I'm really about that action. Late night with your bitch, we be active. Money I attracted and spend it like it's nothing. To your party to an easy game function. Pretty little bitch like the smoke, roll it up then. She like, promise if we ain't together, be my best friend. All I promise you won't ever for my best friends. Balenciaga on the floor when I step in. Better hide your bitch cause we outside. Better be on your shit.
Great song. Shout out to production for this one.
Yeah, that was
the
cool.
homie Easy, you feel me?
Shout out to the homie, man.
Yeah,
I seen her last night at the motherfucking swim party.
Okay, how was the party last night?
It was cool. It was a swim party.
Okay.
Yeah, it was cool. The weather was nice.
It was a great song. I love the beat.
Yeah.
I'm like, why I know this song? I'm like, I know the beat. It's the hubby.
You know what? She kind of sounded like, what's that other stud out here too? It was another. I almost thought it was another song, but I love that song. That shit was cool.
Okay.
It's an Easy Gang Function.
No, that's the name of this one. Easy Gang Function. Yeah. So shout out to bro. You feel me? That's a great song. Keep it going. You feel me? She definitely gives me Bay Area vibes, but she is from out of Washington.
And she has a sweet voice. Is all studs like that?
Easy is a great person overall.
She is a great person.
A great positive person.
But I like how, a lot of the songs that come from studs, like, they sound like girly. But that was a great song. I felt it. I feel like I'm at a barbecue with Cortez's on.
You know,
with my dinky shorts on.
I got a 40. You feel me? We chilling with my shades
like, for real, eating tacos
I got
and shit.
I got my Heine.
Oh, my. Not the Heine.
Yeah. All
what that mean?
Like my little.
I'm sorry, I'm black.
And niggas all mine. I'm mixed. But you feel me? Like, your little Mexican shirty or you feel me? Heine. Yeah, Heine. What's happening, Heine?
Got my little Madre. Puffable.
Hey, all that, you feel me? But let's get into it, you feel me? This episode's real special. We gonna go ahead and bring on our special guest. I hope y'all ready.
Yeah.
Okay.
We back.
We got a special guest in this bitch. Do you hear me though?
Yes.
We about to get into it.
Good episode. Yes.
Okay. Let's go ahead and get our guest to introduce themselves.
Hello, beautiful people. My name is Real Antone. That is R to the I to the O to the Antone.
That sounded like a sex line.
I love it.
Baby.
I love it. I love it.
I almost gave you my coins.
Oh, please do. I can always use extra.
That voice was, hold on.
Yeah, hold on, because did you practice that? Did you have to practice that? Like,
no, it just comes with the territory. When you got the sauce, you got the sauce, baby.
Oh,
sound effects on fleek.
Tell me something I don't know.
Right. You know.
Okay.
Thank you, girl.
So let's get into it. This episode is about non-binary.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So first and foremost, We are completely respectful to the whole entire LGBTQ community, no matter, even if you're not in that part. So we want to keep it respectful but fun.
Yes, so I'm here for it.
We definitely want you to educate us as well. So let's get into it. What do you go by?
As far as pronouns?
Correct. Pronouns.
So the pronouns I always like to say is, since I'm non-binary, I say I go by universal pronouns, which means that any pronoun is okay with me. The thing is that the most famously known pronouns that people use is he, him, she, her, or they, them, because that's the ones that people know most often. But it's like 1,001 pronouns. However you perceive me is the way in which it's going to, I guess, be classified, if that makes sense.
So if I could say tree, dog.
I said however you perceive me as in pronouns.
Oh, that's
well.
Not
who do you have? Who pronouns you see walking around saying tree?
I didn't know. I was just guessing, throwing stuff out there.
This nigga.
So it doesn't matter what pronoun we use because there's 1,001. Okay.
Yeah. So okay.
So basically, you go by all pronouns.
So
or you're okay with.
I am okay with all pronouns. Okay. And the reason why is because I'm non-binary. It's hard for people to perceive what non-binary is because they want it to kind of be classified into a specific category. The point of non-binary is the absence of categorization, right?
Correct.
So when somebody is telling you what they see of you, okay, that's what you see. That's great.
Okay.
Let's move on. You know, that's what it is. That's how the conversation flows with most people, but it doesn't turn into that.
Okay.
That's some educational stuff right there. I did not know that.
How do you feel that the people, you feel me, in the working, let me try to phrase this the correct way. The people that are not, what's the word for it, like used to this basically. Mm-hmm. So like let's say teachers, doctors, policemen, just anybody that's not non-binary, you feel me? How do you feel like they can educate themselves more on this?
I think that because it's obvious that it's not going to go anywhere. I think that it has always existed. The problem is that mainstream media has never adopted the understanding of it. Just like they didn't talk about being LGBTQ at some point in time, like being gay was literally brushed under the rugs. The queer culture was not something people talked about. The same thing is happening now with people who are non-binary. So the best way to know is to go and take a class. Like, it's nothing to go and do or even search via Wikipedia what that would mean.
Okay.
A lot of people are scared of the unknown, so they don't ask questions.
Can I ask you a question? When did you decide that you were non-binary? Like, were you at one point where you like gay and then decided, you were more flamboyant, or like where did non-binary come in at?
I feel like I've always been non-binary. The problem is that I didn't have the language to attach to it.
Okay.
So it was very much similar to the only thing I seen on TV that ever showed me what it looked like to play with gender was when I was in 9th grade and I was watching RuPaul's Drag Race on television.
Oh, that's my
It was the only and it wasn't even nearly like what I represent, but it was the only thing physically that I could see. I was in Flint, Michigan in the hood, and I have a twin brother who is like a whole thug, and my whole family is like very much like stereotypically like rough and tough, and I'm just this odd dotty kid trying to figure out what the fuck I am.
And they accept you?
It was a process.
It was a process.
Yeah. But I feel like we're there. Okay. I think that it was hard to understand what that looked like for me. So I didn't have a language to put to it.
Okay.
So I knew when I was like 6, 7, 8 that I didn't identify as what people would say is a boy. I've never fit in one category ever.
Crazy.
People would never look at me and would say, oh, this is a boy. People will always assume my gender to be female or male. It would be a sliding scale.
That's how you act?
My voice has always been like this.
Sweet.
My facial expressions has been like this. I have not had to get any kind of surgery to do it. No shade or to anybody who does. Yeah, because I know we got it. But it has been naturally this for me my entire life. Okay. So when people look at me, it's almost always like and your name is, and when I say my name, which is Rio, it still sound ambiguous. They like, that don't help. Like, so they trying to
what's your girl name?
Yeah.
That's what they.
Yeah.
But do you think like now that Saucy Santana, shout out to him, he has, because I've always seen like drag and things like that, but now the beard with the makeup and things like that, is it more comfortability because it's somebody out there that is actually.
I don't know that he goes by non-binary.
No, but I mean like as far as the beard and the makeup. You know what I'm saying?
He does switch it up, but I don't. But that's think he
different
goes
in the
by
culture in
I would say so. What I would say is I love that y'all had that dialogue because that's absolutely what some people perceive anything that is masculine with feminine energy as trans or non-binary. They're like, oh, so you must be trans because you wear makeup. It is so many levels to understanding gender identity, and gender identity is like fluid. It's not one category.
Yeah. But now that we brought that up, the trans situation, do maybe not you, but do other non-binary, do they consider themselves trans?
Yes, there is many non-binary people who identify as trans. There are some
I've seen something like that, but I wasn't sure.
There's a lot of non-binary people who do not identify themselves as trans. I identify myself as trans because trans, by definition, simply means that you do not identify as the gender you were given at birth. That's all trans mean.
That's what that
now
means.
You can say trans female means I'm transitioning specifically to be female. Okay. I'm transitioning specifically to be trans male. I am trans in general, but I'm trans non-binary, which means that I do not identify specifically with my gender. I do not participate in any kind of gender roles that was assigned to me at birth, and I exclude myself specifically from gender as a whole. It's not to say that I don't identify as gender.
I was gonna say, as far as gender goes, what side do you feel closer to since it is non-binary? Because I know you don't identify with anything because you're not in a box. But is there a certain...
I wish I would be able to like wave my like magic wand and be like,
yeah,
this
definitely.
Is it. But the reality of it is so flexible for me. If you see me, I'm like a shapeshifter. I change like Mystique from X-Men, like everything about her shapeshifts. And I wake up some days and I'm feeling extremely masculine, and other days I'm feeling extremely feminine. In fact, I did live my life as a full identifying trans woman for years, and I was unclockable, as they like to say. So I could walk down the street high as the sun goes, and people would be like, oh, hi, man, da-da-da, this and third.
They call me sir.
I grew my beard out with the intention to make sure I showed the fullness of who I was and my ability. Okay. So it did make more eyes to be on me like, what's going on? But it made more eyes be on me be like, oh, what's going on? So it's both. So I like that.
So my question I got, with that being said, you waking up one day, feeling masculine, waking up one day. Feminine. When you're dating somebody, what is it that you come out and say? Like, do you say,
Bookie,
I actually got a man.
Oh, you got a man.
I got a man. Thank you to my man.
Okay.
Hold on, I was not expecting that.
I love that.
I know.
For
you know what? Somebody actually was talking to me, and they was like, "You come across as asexual." You know what asexual is?
No.
It means that you don't appear that you like sex or you have you like to date. Like you appear like that is not even on your radar. I was like,
I'm sorry, but it's people out here that don't like
energy to.
It's people that don't like sex out here.
I am not people out there.
I'm not one of them.
Production. I need that.
Let it be known.
Let it. Okay.
I'm not one of them.
Yeah. Okay. Shout out to the asexual community. We definitely need to tap into that.
The sexual community.
But
Yes.
I like sex. I like the fun.
You're that.
Yes.
That's sexual.
We can start a support group for people who like to enjoy sex, because I think that it's
what do you call them?
Sexaholics.
You know, no, what is it called? There's a word for people that like sex. What's that word?
Nympho. It's a nympho, right?
Nympho,
Nympho, period.
Yeah.
No, nympho is some crazy shit.
Man, look, I had one and that girl was crazy.
That's some crazy.
You did?
Yeah.
But back to what I was.
She liked sex so much. You feel me? She was just fucking for real. Like, that bitch was really cheating on me.
This is not about the studs.
Who are you
dating? It doesn't matter. I'm talking about nymphos.
Not the asexual.
But I think a lot of people assume when I'm like talking to somebody, or the idea of me dating somebody is hard to incorporate because, well, how do your person perceive you? I'm non-binary, so
I don't
the person
think that's hard.
Well, thank you, baby. I really appreciate that.
I'm sorry. It's just like when you're with somebody, you're with them for who they are, unless you're not really fucking with them for you.
Okay, but I'm just saying on the flip side.
Because obviously he understands, your man understands what the fuck going on.
But and
he's gonna treat you accordingly.
So here's the tea on this.
Okay, go ahead, get into it.
My man is a trans man.
Oh.
teeth.
Oh my God.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you didn't have to take the glasses off. Come on.
For real? Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. Non-binary and trans men. Okay, so
that means he's transitioning into a man.
No. Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So like has fully transitioned into male.
Has fully.
Okay, he's fully transitioned. Shout out to you, feel me?
Yes.
He got a penis?
Yes. Adjacent.
Oh, so he completed the whole process.
Okay, so there is multitudes.
Let's get into it.
Okay, so there's multitudes of individuals. So we're gonna like not talk specifically about his specific parts, but just in general.
Yeah, definitely.
Right? So when you are identifying as a trans male and you get what they call bottom surgery is when you can get surgery that allows you to have the mimicking of a penis. So they create surgically the penis in the shaft and they help build upon it. You could do it in different levels. Some people actually go the full amount where they get skin grafting from different parts of their body to enhance their
I'm getting a dick.
You can do the same thing when you want to get a vagina if you are transitioning female. They invert your penis and they actually invert it. So however long your penis was as a male, when they invert it, is how deep your vagina will go. So if you didn't really have a big penis, that means that you're just going to have like pretty much like a 2 centimeter vagina hole. Now, they have it to where you can also make it to where the nerves can feel everything, or sometimes they can do it another way to where you kind of really can't feel anything. It's more just so for aesthetical reasons.
Okay, so this is raw. This is raw and uncut. Mm-hmm. Does he have a big penis?
Yeah.
Oh,
and they can feel every nerve in it.
Absolutely.
I love that.
So y'all be fucking.
Absolutely.
Oh, I love that.
Okay.
Listen
absolutely. Say that again.
Let me tell you. First off, let me tell y'all this.
That's that shit.
Let me tell you this. I've been teaching about sexual health since I was like 15 years old. So like the subject of sex, and I'm a Scorpio. So the subject of sex just is beyond. Wait, what's the beef? What's the beef chicken with Scorpio?
Come on now, y'all
are crazy.
Hella crazy, motherfucker.
That is undetermined. I just got
away from a Scorpio.
Or is your sign
I survived.
What's your sign?
Surviving a Scorpio.
What's surviving a Scorpio?
I'm an Aries.
I'm
an Aries. Yeah. Yeah.
You an Aries and you mad at a Scorpio. Aries is the crazy ones.
No.
Y'all to burn somebody's house down with a smile. What do you mean?
Well, don't play with me.
I'm my mama. That's her.
What's your sign?
Oh, I'm a Capricorn.
Oh yeah. See, Capricorns and Scorpios get along.
We do. I ain't gonna cap you. Y'all cool. Y'all still crazy. I don't hear nothing in the back.
We are crazy, but we are good crazy. We like the kind of crazy that you want to have.
Are y'all nasty crazy?
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
Scorpio's the nastiest sign I've had.
Oh
and
my
I done
God.
did some shit with
Yeah.
you. Feel me?
Oh.
She got the energy.
Yes.
You know them hoes is crazy. Yeah.
Yes. I'm not gonna cap. We are one of the best out there.
What sign is your man?
Yeah.
A Libra.
Oh, balancing.
Yeah.
Balancing.
This is my first time actually talking to a Libra.
Them motherfuckers is unbalanced. Be
they
careful.
are, which is so crazy because they represent the scale, but they be
down.
like,
They be like,
So I did have one more question to ask you.
Absolutely.
On non-binary. Do you wake up to kind of like I'm just like more masculine today or more feminine?
Well, you know what? It basically sways with how I feel, but the thing is that my identity stays the same, period. I want to make it very clear that you do not have to be dressing or look androgynous in order to be considered non-binary. Non-binary is not clothing. My clothing is an extension of me. I just happen to put the shit on.
Oh, drip.
Oh, hey.
Because everybody can't do it. Like
not everybody cannot do it. Everybody can't do it.
Amen.
So
period.
Before we brought you on, you did touch a little bit on fashion. So your career, tell us about that.
So my career is actually centered around entertainment, activism, and education. Now, I have subsection into so many categories because I am like becoming quickly one of the premier speakers on the topic of non-binary.
You should.
Face of this shit. You feel me?
I ain't gonna
Yes,
cap.
I love it.
I love it too.
I'm not gonna lie. Keep doing your thing because honestly, so far I've been extremely educated.
Like you're very
and it's the way you
in
come
a polite way though,
like very polite.
Yeah, like
thank you. Where's my Oscar?
You know.
Oh, wait.
Sorry, we don't have one of those in here. But here you go.
Trying to, yeah. Maybe next time.
I really appreciate it. Honestly, I think that because I've became somebody that's like a premier speaker recently, in recent time about it, it has opened up also subsections to other doors, which is like the way in which I perceive myself. My tagline is that I'm a short, little, frumpy, fat, queer kid, right? I am dark skinned. I fit no standard of beauty by society standards. But I feel beautiful and I feel powerful and I feel elevated when I walk into spaces.
Amen.
And
Definitely.
so basically, I have created and curated my brand of who I am autonomously to be able to share with people how to do the same thing, like to feel who you are without needing to like fit this perfect image, whatever the perfect is. So and it's really empowering to me and other people.
I agree.
A lot of doors open, including fashion.
Yeah, speaking about empowering, tell us about the award you received from the MGM.
So I won an award. I made history as the first person who is the non-binary person.
Okay.
So and also the first person in general to win the Spirit of the Line Award. I won it for my leadership, dedication, and advocacy within the community, and it was an amazing honor.
That's dope.
Great.
I never perceived
That's
that was going
big.
to happen. It was presented to me by the lead of talent and development for MGM Corporations.
That's nice.
And it was really amazing.
That's dope.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's definitely dope, especially in this community.
They always feed. Listen,
girl.
the first thing
good.
I ask is, will
Always
there
try
be
to get
food?
some
I'm mad we
food.
didn't have
Do you
food.
hear me?
I want food.
Okay.
Well,
What
next
about?
time we would have known that. We would have brought some food.
Production. I need you to get on that
like
with
Funyuns.
snacks.
So wait, the
Okay,
last question,
period.
or one of my questions may not be the last. Do you got any tea? Like,
Do I have any tea?
yeah, like I
Always.
mean, have you fucked with some shit out here? Like,
You know
being
what?
non-binary, you don't. You know what I'm saying?
Wait, are you asking me about other people?
I'm just asking about your tea.
My tea? My
You got
tea,
some
listen,
tea.
despite popular belief, my inbox prior, and let me say this as a what you call it, because my man might be watching this later.
Okay, yeah.
This
shout out
is
to
not
them, man.
current.
Okay. Oh,
My
news. My man.
But I have my inbox is never dry, and you will be surprised at who it is that is in this
It's a
inbox.
couple
This bearded
blue
beauty has never had an issue.
Couple blue checks.
Never had an issue.
oh, boo boo.
You said a couple checks,
Couple blue checks.
couple unverified,
Oh,
a couple
Lord.
of people that you may know, may not know. Who knows?
Vegas is small.
But the point is that ain't my business.
Okay. Ooh,
Oh! The motherfucking tea is hot. It's hot.
I got scared for a second.
It's hot. Oh my God. Okay. Can you give us an experience as a non-binary person? A bad experience.
Oh, tons. Okay, so I think that the most bad experience is that people perceive me, right? People perceive me in whatever way that they want to. That's the great part. And the worst part about it is the way they perceive me when it comes to being negatively perceived, right? As in, I'm in general spaces. I'm in public spaces all the time. I have to speak to people all the time. And sometimes there is people who heckle or come to these things to protest because of what people like me represent as far as change. I have had people spit in my face, or I have had people, I have people throw things at us that has like said that we are like devil, demonic. We are like pushing the narrative of being a predator, all of these things. And the narrative kind of like expands. These is the same people.
You don't fight them?
No, I don't fight them. And the reason I don't fight them is because, for multiple reasons, I don't want to go to jail because, like, I enjoy my life, right? So
I love that for you, but locked up, they won't let me
But I will
out.
say this, for every one person that does that, right? Because it is few and far in between. As much as it would like to be believed that I get like talked about or hatred every day, if people do, they kind of like are too intimidated to even say it to me, so they might just stare with this like weird evil stare from afar. So a lot of people don't come to me immediately, but the ones who have enough balls to come to me, they try to come crazy. But I'm blessed with knowledge of knowing how to handle every person. I grew up in Flint, Michigan. I did tell you
I was
that,
about
right?
to say you're
Yeah,
not
Flint,
from here,
Michigan.
right?
I got 3 older brothers who taught me. They said, Rio, if you're gonna live your life, we're gonna show you how to live your life with pride.
That's
and
right.
using these hands. Now I prefer my mouth because I'm very eloquent, right? But I also know how to use these hands. I fear no one. Not
scared
enough.
of you.
I prefer a 9mm, a 40,
a non-binary gun.
But you know, to each his own. You know, definitely. You know, Lead by example.
But I will say that that is like probably the worst thing that happens to me is people perceive me, and when they perceive me with all they issues, and it's usually people who identify as like deeply rooted Christian, which I grew up Christian, so my first thought is like, you love God. God loves you, right?
Right.
You understand that God is love,
God.
right?
I love God.
So you telling me that God told you to call me a faggot, that God told you to try to fight me, God told you that you could judge me to the utmost and you would die right now and think that you would transcend up to the sky. You will bust hell open so damn fast that you leave skid marks on the way down. Stop playing with me. Because you already know what it's giving. It's giving judgment. It's giving insecurity. And it's giving ignorance disguised as a way
I just
of being.
feel like you should mind your motherfucking business.
Judgmental.
Yeah.
But
Sure. I know real Christians that I grew up with that loves me like no other business.
Absolutely.
That's real Christianity.
Yeah.
Christianity feels like openness and love, and it's not your place to make that judgment call on me. It's your place to love me, and if you believe in the power of prayer, it's your place to pray for me with the idea that I will change and it'll be effective in the future. It's not your place to play God.
Yeah, absolutely.
I feel like everybody should mind their fucking
us to
business.
You should, because
Mind your
crazy.
business. When it comes to me, them, he, she, her,
Yes.
everybody. I don't give a fuck. If somebody is, you feel me, loving each other, mind your business.
So
Very
can I
much
change
so.
my binary? I mean, my name. If I don't want to be a stud, I want to be a we.
A we?
Ain't no, that's not one of them.
Yes, it is. It's as a whole, collectively. I'm
Nigga,
a we.
what?
A we?
You just made that shit up.
It's
It
giving
don't
multiple
matter. It's
personalities.
binary.
But I will say,
wrong
It's
with
1,000 pronouns. She said 1,001, and I want to be we.
Okay, well,
So
if
when
you want to
y'all
start your
dress-
own
we
shit,
it is. We.
yeah, we love you.
We, bitch. We.
Matter of fact, have you ever considered, going trans, bro? Well, I'm just saying, you said you wanted a dick.
No, I do not want to.
You said it.
I was just saying that in the moment.
Well, look, you have to clear that up for the viewers.
I'm gonna keep it real. I'm not ready to go through the mental capacity that it takes to become something else. I mean, not something else, but something you believe in, that you were born to be. I know I'm a girl.
You sound like Rihanna when she said all the gender appropriations.
You feel me? I'm a girl. You feel me? I do act like a boy, but I'm okay with my titties and my vajayjay.
Period.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
But I know people who are transitioning in that mental space they're in. That's something I don't want to.
I'm not gonna lie. I did have a friend that was transitioning. I'm not gonna lie. Being a friend or a relative must be really hard because that's something that they're also trying to figure out themselves.
Yes.
Wow.
People don't talk about that.
And I feel like me and bro's relationship kind of pushed apart, and I don't know if it's the testosterone they're taking, and that's no disrespect to anybody or him,
Right.
but it comes with a lot mentally. Like,
I
and I
didn't think of
noticed
that.
and I respect them, and you feel me, I let them do them.
A lot of people don't. I like that you said that. A lot of people don't talk about the idea that when you are transitioning, your family is transitioning, and the people who love you is transitioning with you, and everybody don't perceive change the same way. In fact, I made it very clear to my family, because although I identify with universal pronouns, I want my family and people who know me for a long time to only use she, her, or they, them. And the reason why is because I want to make sure that you actually honor and see me. I felt like
say
they
them one
were
more time. The pronouns:
they,
she,
them, or she, her.
They, them, she.
I just
or
wanted them
her.
to not perceive
Okay.
me specifically in masculine
Or
and male
he,
energy,
she, or
because I felt like they were too eager to not
So
to
your
not
energy
pay attention
gravitates
to my
more
feelings.
towards she, her, them.
No, I would say, well, from the outside perspective,
From the outside perspective, okay.
A lot of people see me just as a pretty girl. Some people think that I'm like, I just have PCOS. They think I'm like literally like a biological woman. They be like, do you have PCOS? Or PCOS is, which is
where you grow the facial hair.
So some people perceive me as PCOS. Some people don't know specifically what I identify as, which I really fucking love. That right there.
You got
is-
some clear skin too, girl.
Thank you.
I mean,
It's my foundation.
yeah, is it? Fenty or something better?
You say it's a Fenty?
Yeah.
It's a mixture of Fenty, LA CoverGirl, and a couple other things.
Yeah.
I use a mixture of high-end and drugstore makeup.
You do look
Everything
good,
doesn't have to be
I
what you call it.
mean-
It's where you put it on.
Okay, but besides being non-binary, you're attractive. So
Stop.
It
Oh my
works.
God. Tell me more.
Oh, hold on. I'm just saying, like, you are, you know, you have a great, like, you're beautiful. So it's kind of like,
Your
I see
aura,
how you
your
can do.
spirit.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah. Oh,
I could tell a good
I
person.
love
when
this
I meet them.
episode. It's
Thank you.
very lovely.
it's
So y'all
very
can't tell
lovely.
that I just killed somebody the other day. Cause
No, we
I don't
can't.
believe that.
I did not kill someone.
But as a
Okay.
Scorpio, you know you got me questioning it.
I almost had to.
What do you mean? I'm a Pisces rising. Does that help?
No.
No,
And
that don't
I
count.
actually
Gemini
don't.
moon?
I
That
actually
don't
don't like.
count.
Oh my god! I actually don't like any of
Nah,
those.
man.
You don't
Those
like
are all-
Pisces or
You don't like any of
Pisces, crybabies, Geminis. Oh, they're two different people. Oh,
my
God. Oh my god! Run!
Listen,
I swear to God.
we have our faults, okay? But
don't
the
even like
reality
that many
is,
I don't even like
signs
my own sign. I dated an Aries for 5 years. Let me tell you something.
Who dates their own
You're not
sign?
Aries? Yes, you're not supposed to date
how did
your
y'all
own
last
sign.
so
Not-
long?
Yeah, girl.
I think the first argument would have made y'all like explode into each other's like.
I've never dated
Yeah.
another Capricorn.
I'm a little tired.
Ever.
I can't see two Capricorns dating. Y'all
No,
too
I couldn't.
logistical.
'Cause
You know,
girl
it would be
boo.
like a power move
Yeah,
every
because
5
it's girl
seconds.
boo. On God.
Oh my goodness.
Get on.
I could date another Scorpio.
It's only
though.
one girl in this group.
Could. We're so emotionally intelligent.
Period.
You know, we be trying to like show each other love. I think we would have a hard time
No,
trusting each other.
No. That's y'all problem.
Yeah.
Y'all think y'all know everything and y'all think y'all smarter.
Oh my God.
Y'all think that y'all are
Not you
smarter
reading me?
and y'all let me tell you something. Aries are in charge. We know what the fuck going on. Every
See,
time
that's
y'all
the problem
think-
right there.
Yes, just because we don't speak on it, don't mean we're not intelligent or we don't know what the fuck going on.
No, I heard
I'm gonna
you.
let you. I'm gonna let you
I know.
think it. I'm gonna let you think it. But yeah, all right.
You gonna let us think it?
Yeah, I'm
okay.
gonna
First of all, Aries is big ass crybabies, bro. Like, bro,
Weird.
Weird.
I feel like
Weird.
what I notice about Aries is that they say the first thing that come to their mind immediately, and
I
sometimes
have a bad
I
problem
think
with
so.
that.
Yeah,
Yes,
sometimes
you
it can
do.
cause more
I'm
problems.
very
than not.
blunt.
See, this is like therapy for us because,
because this is where it's
Yeah.
mostly invited. I
because
love that.
Capricorns, I'm the first of the month and the end of the month. Or
But
year.
Aries are the first sign in the zodiac sign.
Yeah, but Capricorns is
That's
the
what
whole.
the
We're
fuck
the goat.
That's what the
We're
fuck
the
is
goat.
going on.
Literally.
And
We're
we're
the
a
goat.
ram.
But
And we're a ram. Fuck around,
Capricorns
find out.
don't cry
It's gonna
at
knock you
all.
out. But
Capricorns
guess what?
don't play around with y'all
The
little
ram is
Aries.
gonna knock the goat out.
Barely. You know
You
what
see them
time it
big ass
is.
horns?
You know what time it is.
I love that y'all talking about hitting each other. We'll just poison you and just like walk away.
No,
you
they
know what I'm
will.
saying? Y'all
They
talking
will.
about.
Oh, you not to be
Yeah.
trusted. I'm fucking with y'all.
I know not to
I
trust
fuck with y'all
Scorpio.
first before
I
this
know
one over
not
here.
to trust them.
Y'all over here hitting heads and shit. We over here like poke bite. What the fuck is
Scorpio.
going on?
Scorpio.
Y'all doing too much talking and shit. We over here like goodbye. Yeah.
No, it's a no for me. Oh my God. Y'all are crazy.
Scorpio, I've never dated, so I don't know.
Do you have any
You're missing
questions for us as studs?
I think that okay. So
Or how y'all feel? How you feel about us?
studs in general, I think studs are amazing. Studs is a backbone to the queer
Yes,
community.
we
Thank
are
you.
the backbone.
I want to make sure that we put that out
the
there.
Backbone.
I think studs is a backbone. I actually just found out that studs is a different terminology for people of color. Use studs, and then people who are Caucasian or other races outside of people of color.
I didn't know any of that.
They say
Yeah.
dyke. I did not know that
You're
people
right.
use those terminologies separately.
Yeah, you're right because like white people more go by like butch and stuff like
Yeah.
that. We don't. And
You know,
that's
it's a crazy when I ain't heard this in a minute, but Shekinah was popping her shit, talking about
Fucking love Shekinah.
She is so
Shekinah.
ghetto. She was talking about I don't like girls, I don't like bumpy coochies. So basically though, she was saying that she don't deal with no bull daggers. I said, oh, I ain't heard that shit in a long time.
God.
What's a bull dagger?
A bull dagger like a dyke or stud.
like a dyke,
Oh,
but
that's
that
another
was
terminology for
Oh,
studs.
butch
like
female. That's
a
like
different
back in
term,
the day.
yeah.
Now is bull dagger
Bull dagger.
considered like a really rough?
like raw.
Yeah, like like a butch.
That was my man.
Butch stud, like a butch female.
Oh my!
Back in the day,
girl.
So this is like in the 80s.
Can I tell you what I do find to be a concern with studs that I've seen? Not all studs, but some studs. I feel it to be problematic a little bit that some studs identify more with the binary mindset, which means they are studs. They are women who like women. They still identify as women, correct? Correct. So most studs still, but they channel this energy to where they don't at all want to do anything that is perceivable as extra feminine. And I think that to me is questionable, only because I'm trying to figure out what is it that makes you feel specifically like your feminine is not to be embraced, but you still identify as feminine.
I think that's something that we struggle with.
I mean, no, it ain't. I wear a tampon and everything. The fuck you talking about?
No, but we're talking about publicly, bro. Like, especially like we don't want people to be like,
I'm sorry, I'm opposite. No, I do.
She's more in touch with it. I'm not.
I am.
But what would happen if you could say that I am fully me, fully a stud, right? But I also enjoy parts of my femininity. What does that negate your
For me
studness?
personally, it makes me feel like less of my masculine side, I would say. I don't like feeling like no bitch, for real. That's what it is when it comes down to it. I don't feel like no hoe.
I'm the opposite. I'm still a girl, and I like everything about me as a woman. You know what I'm saying? Whether I like girls, whether I
she said she was
like
a soft
nigga.
stud.
Yeah, like I'm still like at home. I'm still pretty. You feel me? Like I still cross my legs. I still eat a certain way. I don't eat like no nigga.
You know
I
what,
don't talk like no nigga.
That was great that you touched on that, because I feel like a lot of studs don't understand you. But I love you, Bookie.
Oh,
you
that's
feel
nice.
me? Like, you know,
I'm really funny in real life.
Judge other studs when they are not overtly definitely masculine.
Because if you
tell me a few of the things that
like,
is
for example, let me say something
so I can know.
Like for me, if you look at me, you don't think probably like I like to fight and I'll get down with you. But you think like this nigga really with the business and really. So that's the thing. Like you would perceive me as like I may be weaker because I'm more feminine and I like tighter clothes. But you might be scared of this nigga because this nigga sag and shit like that. You feel what I'm saying? I don't do that, but I'm just saying we the same, but we two different people.
Just two different variations of the same thing.
We're actually two different studs, but we have a very much in common. But we're two different studs. And to be real, I ain't even gonna hold you. I'm more of the calm one, and that nigga's probably. And this nigga's
I can feel that. I can feel that you have more rowdiness.
Don't let this pink confuse you. Don't let this pink confuse you.
She's more in touch with her feminine side, but don't play with bro like that or any of us. Like
if
that,
she say let's do it, I'm with the shit. So I'm with whatever.
Me personally, I'm just gonna try to, you feel me? All right, like, well, what's the real problem? Like, let's get down to it.
So let me use studs as a way to reason why I identify as non-binary. Non-binary is not just gender. Non-binary is my entire lifestyle. I think we perceive everything as we need to be able to identify everything, even the nuances of who we are, and that's not real. Like it's not real that we can say, "Oh, I'm this," but when you are at home and you are alone and you take all your clothes off and you see yourself and you don't have no one to perform for, because we're always performing for someone, whether we know what we're doing it consciously or subconsciously. But when you're alone, you get to be your most authentic version of yourself. And my question to you is do you feel like you hard all the time, or do you feel soft at times where you feel like you just don't even think about it? You're subconsciously just existing. That right there is the version of yourself that I implore people to be all day, every day, because we put on so much. Like we put on.
I'm a girl at home.
The best thing that RuPaul Drag Race did say to me, or say a quote, which was, "We're all born naked and the rest is drag," and that is facts. Everything we do is true. Is something we do to curate the identity we want to share with the world. So when it doesn't look specifically like masculine or feminine, people start to raise an eyebrow like, what do you mean? What are you doing? And you saying, I'm doing me. I'm feeling masculine, and then I'm also feeling feminine, but I'm also identifying spirit. I'm periodly like as a stud, because that is what you identify as.
I thought about that.
I ask people when they are studs, like who I see is having a hard time kind of like feeling both the energy. I'm like, what is that for you? And like, how does that feel for you? Do you feel like you have to do it, or do you want to do it?
I'll let you go first.
It's difficult, because trust me, I'm a whole fucking rock star. Like, I am. But there is a side of me, like you said, when you at home and you alone, you feel me?
I'm
it's
naked.
Just things you go through. Like, it's a softer version of me, you feel me? But not everybody gonna get that. I'm not
everybody treat it right, so I get what you're saying. You try to
at most times, I gotta be hard body, because can't everybody have that version of me.
Okay.
Do you think that there is possibility to literally simultaneously do it at the same time? Because I do it every day.
I do believe so, with the right person. Like, you have to trust and also have that bond with that person.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know how you are with your man, you feel me? So you can't be just that person. You can't give your energy, all of that, to the world or other people. You can't.
I gotta say on my end. I'm sorry. What you was gonna say?
Is it my turn? No, what I was gonna say, to piggyback off of what you asked or whatever, I think the difference too is your environment, and like you said, the people around you. My family still treats me like the same. So I think that's what makes me more comfortable and still being feminine with myself, because they still look at me like Lil Brittany. You feel what I'm saying? They don't look at me like, oh, Ross, the name that everybody else know. They still look at me the same. So whether I dress like a boy today or a girl tomorrow, you feel me? They're going to still
that is so true.
So now it makes me feel more comfortable walking around how I do, because
your environment makes you feel more safe.
Exactly.
That is so true. Our environment affects us too. We be around certain people and they subconsciously say things like, and it's a judgment. So we mold ourselves to our environment. When I lived in Flint, Michigan, I could have never been as full of myself as I am now in this city as I was in Flint, Michigan. I probably would have died, only because the city was full of so much ignorance. So you have to adapt to your surroundings for safety. But when you are in this place where you feel free and you are around people who really see you in all of your fullness, it changes the narrative and you feel like you don't have nothing to hold you back. Right. So whereas you be like, in this moment, I need to be hard. You could say in this moment, hard is crying. Because to be able to be like absolutely soft in moments where you're being vulnerable is absolutely strong. And I think people they think of it as, oh, this is a weak emotion, I don't want to cry. Why? Crying is cleansing, it's healthy for the soul. And then after you cry, you get up and you fucking say, I'm about to put my motherfucking big boy pants on, I'm about to make this shit pop. That's the difference. That's healthy love to yourself.
Because in certain situations, I won't cry because I'll feel bad for myself. Like, I'll be like, nigga, stop acting like a bitch.
Yeah, exactly. You know
I mentally talk to myself like
that.
I
agree.
Obviously, that's not healthy, but I have to be that way in certain aspects of my life. I also, you feel me, you're able to be like that with your family. I'm not all of them.
But I don't. I'm just like you though. I don't cry. I never cry unless somebody dies.
All my family.
That's probably the most tears you'll get out of me.
You're gonna get hard body JP.
Yeah,
that's what the fuck going on. No, I'm not. Gonna
it depends on the situation too. Yeah, for sure. Like I'm not gonna cry.
And even
when
in
I'm
relationship wise, like you gotta build to get that side
that side of you.
Yeah, it's really hard too.
Wow, it's a lot of shells you're uncovering here, because I did not think of none of this.
Very deep for me.
You having this episode, I did not even think of this shit. I want to cry right now.
You so funny, Mama. I'm sorry. I will say
no,
this.
It was great to get your perspective on it though, and just to these are not feelings people talk about.
Right.
So this is something that you feel me. There's a lot of studs that feel like this.
I agree. Wow. I've met many of my friends who, before meeting me or meeting someone similar to me, didn't have that revelation. When people meet me, it feels almost like a joke or a pun, because they're basing it off of a binary perspective. Oh, who is this bearded blah, blah, blah? Like, what's going on? This is about to be a kiki. This is what most people do, right? Yeah. And I sit and they start to converse with me. They sit and they start to be like,
questioning themselves
because it's more than that, and it's okay. I get it. To be perceived is to be able to be seen, that know that people are seeing you, but how they see you is only based off of their perspective. Correct. People will only meet you where they know to meet you at. You can't expect everybody to know you. I don't meet people and be like, oh, they are going to know that I'm just this fabulous non-binary bitch. They're going to be like, some people going to be like, what the fuck is this? Is the circus in town? And I'll be like, maybe it is.
Okay, yeah.
And I'm the headliner.
How did you get so strong like that, though? Like,
perspective. I teach a group. I teach this group called Translations at the center, which is the local center. I teach it every Friday.
It's out here?
Yes, it is. It's from 6 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. Sometimes 8 because I talk so much. And this group is like almost a classroom setting and like community style to teach people how to live their most flourishing life. I get about 30 to 40 people every time this group happens of all variety. I'm gonna
have to check it out.
Yeah, we're gonna have to stop by. We're gonna have to come check it out.
Every Friday.
That would be dope. I think a different view. The entire
at the center. Are y'all familiar with the center?
Yes, I am.
The LGBTQ
downtown,
center,
correct?
Charleston and Maryland Parkway.
Yeah, I'm familiar.
I think I've been there one time before.
It's like a purple building.
It is. It's purple building. Upside down.
Every
like
Friday.
A Dorito chip.
I went up in there once when I was younger.
Every Friday,
from 6 p.m. to 7:30 p.m.
Friday.
Sometimes
I might be a little bit late, but I'll come.
Yeah,
it's okay. Most people are. I'll be late,
but you're there every Friday though.
Yes, every Friday.
Right.
Every Friday.
But
dope. I will say, what made me feel strong is the idea of seeing myself through the lens of other people and realizing that everybody is dealing with their own shit. So I don't take what people say to me personally. I used to. The word faggot used to really grind my gears. And then I researched what faggot means. Faggot means a bundle of sticks. Like, what the fuck? I'm not a faggot.
Wait,
but and actually it's funny. Yeah, faggot and queer, like words like queer means weird. Queer the definition of queer is weird, and gay means happy. And I'm like definitely like two of those things.
We've been using the wrong fucking terminology then. Yeah, I've been calling people a pile of sticks.
Yeah, when you call somebody a faggot, you're literally calling them a bundle of sticks.
Like, oh my god, you a bundle of sticks,
damn.
Bitch.
So certain words just don't have power to me. Yeah. And also the way I perceive myself is like I've trained myself to believe all of the good qualities about myself before the bad. We are so easily susceptible to saying like, oh, I need to work on this. Oh, I don't like this about myself. Oh, I don't feel pretty with this. Oh, I don't want to take that picture because it's not a good angle. But what if you start telling yourself, oh, everybody loves me. I'm fucking great. I'm fucking fantastic. I'm amazing. I used to walk into rooms, bow head, wondering if people liked me. I walk into the room wondering if I will like them now. Immediately. I'll be like, do I like these people?
Mm-hmm. Right.
And if I don't like them, what am I about to do?
Right.
So like that's it. That's all I do. I have the power. And I make people understand that we all have that power.
Yeah.
So definitely. People perceive you the way you perceive yourself. You see the beauty in me because you see that I see the beauty in me, and it shakes the room, shakes the table.
Yeah. Definitely.
Well, that's the table.
With that being said, go ahead and it was a pleasure having you on this episode.
Absolutely, I loved it.
Thank you for coming and definitely educating us, and also everybody out in the world as well. Hopefully they see this because this was a great and informative episode.
Absolutely.
So go ahead and reintroduce yourself and give them your Instagram, TikTok, all that, so that people know where to find you.
Hello, beautiful people. Once again, my name is Rio Antone. Rio, if you're nasty. You can find me at all of my ads, which is Rio Antone, RIOANTONE. I am a artist, educator, a host, entertainer. I host on multiple club lines, which is on the Palms Casino nightclub rooftop. I have hosted for Bodyworks down in Fremont. I have hosted on the Strip. I am somebody who is a leading educator on all things gender and non-binary and cultural competency. Hire me if you're looking for it, for doctor offices, organizations, or even one-on-one trainings or conferences. I'm the 1, the 2, and the 3. And not to mention, she is a fashion icon, okay? She lives for the looks, and I can make and paint a look in any variety. Glam, crazy, cosplay, whatever you want. The imagination can stretch it.
Period.
I can make it. So book me.
Okay. Shout out to Rio. Thank you for coming on. It's JP Porter.
Hey, it's Rasta Boss.
And it's a different view.
Yes,
Peace,
sir.
y'all.
We
Till
out.
next time.